I've been a craftsman my whole life. I love to use my hands to create things. Our president has thrown a lot of weight behind our brand.
Is Caveman just a watch brand?
It is not just a watch brand. We are pioneers of a shift, a bigger movement, creating that wave, very sustainable wave of attention on Africa when it comes to the luxury watch market globally.
We can confidently say Caveman Watches, the production is made right here in
We
Ghana.
are made in Ghana. People book tours from our website. Come and have a look around. Foreign groups coming from out of the country to have a tour, see how watches are made, and they've been really blown away.
Somewhere in Ghana, a man chose to see time differently. Not just a dial, but as identity, as culture, as legacy. From sketching ideas on paper to shaping stories with his hands. In a space where no one was paying attention, he built something no one could ignore. A watch that doesn't just tell time, but tells where it comes from. From local recognition to global risk to crafting for presidents, leaders, and those who understand value beyond price. Now, this is made in Ghana excellence. Every piece means something. Journey with us as we explore Ghana's first watch brand, Caveman Watches.
Welcome, Mr. Anthony.
Hello.
I'm so excited. How are you doing?
I'm okay. How have you been?
Awesome. I'm fine by the grace of God. Today I'm here to learn so much from you. I want to be like you when I grow up, you understand? Okay. So tell us more about yourself. Let's begin with that.
Myself, what's there to say? I grew up in the Volta region. Moved to Accra fully in, I think, 2012. You know what? Let me move to Accra and, start hustling for myself. So that's basically how I moved here in 2012, and then everything just followed after that.
Right. Have you always wanted to, have a brand like Caveman Watches?
No, I don't think I even knew anything about entrepreneurship or even watches at all till very late. I grew up in a very average, normal Ghanaian home.
What did you see missing in the African luxury brand that enthused you to, start Caveman Watches?
Well, I actually just started the whole watch business out of sheer necessity, just to make a living. It was not for that bigger picture. My last employment was for a hotel. I used to work at the airport.
Wow.
With the shuttle service, the guys who hold the placard.
I see. So you've done all that.
Yes, picking customers for the hotel. That was my last employment.
Right.
So me resigning from that and just chancing upon business, it had just been to survive. It wasn't for that bigger picture until later on. Yeah.
Is Caveman just a watch brand?
It is not just a watch brand. I like to say that we are pioneers of a shift, a bigger movement. When I talk about a shift, it is more of like creating that wave, very sustainable wave of attention on Africa when it comes to the luxury watch market globally. So we just stand for a shift, happen to be the pioneers of that movement, putting Ghana on the map when we're talking about watches, luxury watches in the global space. And also just to push the bigger narrative that I think Africans for too long had been just consumers of luxury. But we are creating that shift, the ideology that we are not only supposed to be consumers, but creators of luxury as well, in terms of global positioning. So we are beyond just watches. It's a whole movement and a shift in that direction and putting Ghana on the map.
Awesome. I'm so happy to hear that. So talking about Caveman, talking about craftsmanship, what does craftsmanship mean to you, and how is that, incorporated into the Caveman experience?
Well, that's the foundation of everything that we do. The ingenuity, putting thought processes together, creating with hand. And it's a very creative industry, so we have a lot of creatives here. The craftsmanship is the bedrock of everything that we do here. It even ties in line with the Caveman name. That's how the name came about, because growing up, I had been a craftsman my whole life. I love to use my hand to create things. So when I was experimenting, creating, practicing on how to build watches, It just put everything together for me. That's how the cavemen just locked themselves in their caves and used their hands to craft. So the craftsmanship is the core identity of everything that we do. That's why we do a lot of customized and bespoke watches. Yeah.
Tell us more about behind the scenes. A lot of people don't see what goes on behind the doors.
Yeah. So if you have an idea for a watch, right, you want us to design a watch for you, or you have your own design, we sit down and co-design a watch, for example. We first have to get that design through a legal process where we check a global patent and trademarks database to make sure that our design is not infringing anybody's.
You mean business?
To the last detail, we need to check the global database, make sure that we are doing things right in terms of patents and copyrights. Then we have a creative department, like I mentioned. We have sketch artists, graphic designers, 3D. Animators and all that to bring the ideas into visuals.
Okay. Let's talk marketing again. Let's talk social media. How has today's world of digitalization helped with the growth of Caveman Watches?
It's helped a lot. It's been a very big catalyst to our growth. Thankfully, like you mentioned, we're in a new era where social media is here. We are able to be in Ghana and sell to somebody in Japan without having a physical shop in Japan. That's a very good advantage, a tool that we need to really take advantage of. It's really helped to facilitate our dream of globalization. We dream beyond the Ghana borders. So we've really stepped up when it comes to distribution outlets and getting the brand into other markets apart from just the African or the Ghanaian market.
When you look at Caveman in the next 5 to 10 years, what can you tell in the lens of you?
Yeah, in the next 5 to 10 years, we want to be very key players in the global market when we talk about luxury watches. We are in that direction, but in the next 5 to 10 years, we should be more solidified in the global luxury watch conversation, and also to do more in terms of what we do locally when it comes to development of our economy. This is how the next 5-10 years look like for us.
When people hear Caveman, the vision you have, do you think the representation is going out exactly how you envisioned it to be?
It is, and it's a process. I mean, we're not there. It's a process. We keep fine-tuning it, getting feedback from consumers. What can we improve upon? How can we get better? We try to edge as close to perfection as possible and keep delivering consistent quality. So it keeps getting better,
Exactly. Do you think Africans, or let me be specific, Ghanaians, we are representing what we, produce in terms of Caveman? Are we getting a lot of Africans purchasing it?
Yeah, quite significantly. We've had orders from parts of the world that we never envisioned. It's been really great. Our president has thrown a lot of weight behind our brand, which we are really grateful for. He's become a great ambassador of the Caveman brand. So, yes, we must be doing something right.
Exactly. Yeah, you are. You are. And when it comes to production, especially with brands in Ghana, we hear a lot of conversations whereby it's not being manufactured here. We've heard a lot of stories. Is it the same as Caveman?
Yeah, before we even started this brand, I mean, when you start something like this from Ghana, I think you need to be ready for that.
Exactly.
Because if it was myself, I know the skepticism would always be there. So we've always worked in that direction, creating an avenue where we are able to get people coming in for tours. That was even a reason why we were very heavily centered on customized and bespoke watches. I mean, so people come in here, we sit down with them, we design the watch together. And within a week, less than a week, their watches are ready for pickup. So these people had become patrons and ambassadors of the news. They made mine for me in 3 days, in 2 days. You literally can take a pen and paper, we guide you, design whatever you want, and then we can build it for you.
I see.
So, yeah, the skepticism is normal. because it's new, so, but it takes some time to get that out of the way. But people who get close to us, we've given tours to people.
Exactly.
We've had foreign groups coming from out of the country to have a tour, see how watches are made, and they've been really blown away. We've had platforms like the New York Times, BBC World, DWTV had all come in here for a tour.
We can confidently say Caveman Watches, the production is made right here in Ghana.
We are made in Ghana,
Exactly.
right here in Ghana. Made in Ghana for most people is very relative. There are things that we still have to import.
Exactly, obviously.
Yeah, so I say relative because to what percentage, what we are able to do locally and what we import.
Yeah.
So there's a very good balance between that, but we manufacture enough locally to be able to make a watch for you in 3 days.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Me, I came to see how you do it because I've been seeing you on TikTok and the media. I hope you don't mind taking us through some of the process.
Exactly. The things that happen behind the curtain.
Exactly. So let's roll into that then. Great. I'm about to make some watches, so please expect Caveman, phase 2 founder. Yeah.
Finger glove.
Okay.
So you wear this before? No, turn it around.
Right. You wear this before you start.
Before you touch
anything.
Anything, yeah. Because the quality control, you don't want to leave fingerprints or smudges or anything on.
Awesome.
This,
Mr. Anthony. Oops, sorry. How long has Caveman been in the system?
Technically from 2019 January. I think we launched in 2018 December, but I think we started operating from January. So I like to say 2019 January.
How many employments have you been able to make?
A lot. Currently, we're about 43. About 43 currently, yes.
Right. Wow.
So this is my table, like I was saying.
Okay.
I use this for stone setting diamonds on dials or on the watch bezels. We've started doing these watches out of old currency.
Wow.
Right. So we collect all this old currency and then we turn them into watch dials. All these ideas, they happen here. I'll create the first samples.
Right.
These dials, for example, that I was making for one client.
Right.
Yeah. So I'll create the samples here. Like these watch cases, for example, using enamel. So it's just experimentation here. Look at this, for example. This is my time grapher.
Okay.
So the thing about watches is that every watch would either gain or lose some seconds in a day. And there are some things that affect that, like gravity, friction, magnetization. So when we are building a movement, we'll bring it here to a time grapher and read the accuracy of the movement. So this is a movement here. This is the very movement here on the time grapher, which is being read. So I'll tilt the movement to different angles to see the effect of gravity on the movement. We have this thing in here called the moon phase on the dial of the watch. You see the blue side over there?
Right, yeah, the moon phase.
Let me show you what it does. So currently the time is 11, right? What is happening here? You see the symbol of the
just
sun.
Changed,
You see that? That's the sun up there. So when it gets to 12 p.m., you see the sun will be directly above your head. When we get to 1 p.m., 2 p.m., you see the sun beginning to move. So the sun is basically setting.
Interesting.
Then when we get to evening, the stars will begin to rise.
This is beautiful.
By the time we get to 12 midnight, the moon will be directly above your head. So basically, this is how the cavemen of old would tell time, with the position of the moon and the stars. So it's a thing that we incorporate into our automatic watches called the moon phase.
Right.
So these are some of the things I do here on my table. Experimentation, building prototypes and samples. This is our conference room.
Okay. For all the strategy making and decision.
Meetings. And we have another office here.
Alright.
And then we come to the back.
For aerobics.
Yeah.
You know, I'm seeing this here. Hey,
We have a golf.
the people are enjoying it.
This is a photo studio where we create our content.
Right.
So all the content you see on our social
Ghost,
media.
right.
Yes, we have a whole content creation
Interesting.
department. So we come here to the creative department. They handle all the visuals and the graphics, sketching,
The 3D.
3D, the mock-ups, sketching of the watches.
Okay.
So when the idea comes from my office, he will put it into visuals for us to see.
Right.
And also making watches for clients, they need to see how it will look like before we proceed to manufacture. So this is what happens in this department, like what you're seeing on here.
Yeah.
Some of the new pieces that we're working on. We'll see which colors we can use, how it would look like before we even proceed to manufacture. This is a new piece that we are working on.
Wow. Yeah.
With the kente
around it.
Kente patterns around it.
Wow.
So
this is beautiful.
we'll play with the colors and see what and what.
Well, I love how you're incorporating the Ghanaian symbol in your pieces.
Yeah.
I mean, that is one of the niche.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at the area around it. Just all around it.
This is nice.
Yeah.
This is nice.
Kente piece. So this is what happens here in the creative department.
Exactly. Thank you.
These are wall clocks that we're working on. This one is, for example, they are clocks that we are getting into most of the government offices.
Right.
This one is going to Otum Force Palace. Some brands, some companies will bring their logos, like McDonald's.
Okay.
So this next place is where we make leather straps. So all the straps that you have on your watches are all made from very authentic leather pieces, original leather, all handcrafted.
Wow.
You choose which leather piece you want. And then we create the leather straps for you. And as you can see over there, they are all hand stitched. We don't use machines for stitching, but the stitching is very, very precise.
So this is the end result.
So this is how precise the stitching is.
This is beautiful.
And the quality level of these straps, we would have to intentionally try to cut it like it's that durable, because we always want to build pieces that can be passed down generations. So the precision on the leather straps and chemicals that we use to ensure quality, we don't compromise on those.
She's literally not feeling it alone. I'm also giving you a second witness, conversation here. So this is really, really durable. Like really durable. I love the color.
The most uncomfortable way to be in.
Really? In the production process.
Inking and spraying.
Okay.
So the colors on your dials. So this is where we do the inking of the dials, whatever color of finishing shade we want to achieve on a dial, until we get the right finishing that we are looking for on the watch dial. So this is what happens in this room. That's why I seal this airtight.
Exactly.
Because you don't want to have dust or anything flying around. Yeah.
Wow.
So this is where the machine works happy. This is one of our machinery, our CNC machine, fiber machine. Jewelry department here as well. So now we do jewelry. Our partnership with the Gold Board has also helped us with the resources. We get all this gold that we make gold watches out of.
Wow.
And our CNC machine, the first of its kind in the country, 5-axis.
Wow.
CNC milling machine.
Wow.
We also have our oven, where we do melting of metal, casting, shapes, 3D printing. So 3D print anything that we are working on, and then see the plastic version of it before we proceed to.
Wow. So this is used for
sharpening the inside, widening the watch case interior. Especially when you're doing So there's a watch case that is clamped in here.
In here.
Yeah. If you want to expand the hole on the inside, so put the diamond tip and then we can move the inside of most cases.
Interesting.
So this is our lathe machine. We also do polishing here to get the finishing, the shiny finish.
So this is going through a polishing.
Polishing at the back, not polished.
Yeah, but
And
then
then
front's polished.
So we use different compounds. We use different compounds according to what type of finishing we want to achieve.
Whether matte, bright,
mirror, shiny, brushed,
I
or
see.
whatever. So that's what happens there.
Okay.
We come to the back here. So we're taking orders from social media, processing them through the web chat.
Interesting.
And also here we have watches being monitored before going out. We also have serial numbers inside, so you can track the originality of your watch. The dial assembly. He's putting numbers on all the dials. So when the dials are sprayed and they come in here without numbers on them, he's putting the numbers.
So this is how it's done, and everything is done manually here.
Yeah, so everything is done manually.
Right.
The dials are being assembled. So yeah, for the things that happen behind the curtains, the process that it goes through, just some of it.
I'm so happy to get a tour of Caveman brand. Mr. Anthony, you didn't tell me when I should come for my watch. You need my branded watch.
Don't worry, to come.
Okay, I believe that. Thank you so much. We are so grateful. We are happy to see, individuals like you doing massively well and, innovative wise, putting, entrepreneurship in Ghana on, the map.
Yes.
We are happy to see that.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah,
I'm also glad that this new wave of attention has come.
Exactly. Yeah.
Platforms like yourself to throw light on what we're doing.
Yeah.
So it's been a great pleasure.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that I got the chance to take
Exactly. We are also happy to have you harvest. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we wish you the best. Bye.